What's up guys, Mecha Ish here from TMNT, Out of the Shadows. We got Master Splinter Sensei's here. Let's do it. Welcome back to another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows movie figure review. And we have the Turtles Daddy, the Turtles Sensei, an all-around good guy, Master Splinter. And yep, of course, Splinter's making a return in the TMNT 2 movie coming out this summer. But let's take a better look at this packaging here. We have the standard picture that we've seen on all the figures thus far. Top right, Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle logo out of the shadows. Great look at the figure, Master Splinter himself. You can see his cane and his weapon. And little paint variations here and there from the previous release, but we'll get into that. We have his name, Splinter. And turn it to the back. Let me read you guys a little story. New York City, an old menace returns, new mutations arise. The ultimate showdown approaches. Our heroes must rise up again to save the city they love, even if it means exposing themselves for who they truly are, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And you have a great look at all the figures in this line thus far. But stay tuned, guys. Make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss out. I'm going to be doing a review on each and every one of them. But yeah, let's take Master Splinter outside of this packaging. Whoa! Alright guys, here we have Master Splinter, and he stands just a little over 4 inches in height. So he is one of the smallest, if not the smallest, in the entire movie line. But yeah, he's the exact same sculpt as the previous release from the original Michael Bay TMNT movie. So if you have that figure, you know what you're working with here. The only difference is this is an updated look, which I'm digging. And the paint applications on this one are a lot better. And you see some paint variations compared to the first one. But yeah, let's get a closer look here at his accessories. And one of Master Splinter's accessories here is this cool looking walking stick that has a very bone-like look to it, and you can see the handle is painted in red. So they actually painted, Playmates actually painted an accessory. That's pretty cool. But yeah, he did not have this walking stick in the previous Splinter release from the original TMNT Michael Bay movie, so that is a great addition. And making its return with Master Splinter in this TMNT 2 movie, we have Splinter's sword and sheath, and you can see how well detailed the sheath is in that red plastic. It's very flexible, as you can see, and I just love that they put detail into the sculpt work there, so that looks great. And then he has an unpainted katana sword, but it feels great. I love the handle here, but I wish they would have painted it, you know. But it does slide in, as you saw, and goes in and out very well. I almost forgot to mention he does come with another accessory, which is his necklace. Now this necklace is the same sculpt, everything, exactly the same as the first TMNT Splinter movie figure. So nothing new there. And as you saw, it comes off easily enough, and it goes right back on just as well. Now let's take a look at this kimono piece here. Now his kimono is in a bronzish, like dark brown, very glossy look to it, and you know, the sculpt is good enough. But you see this nice beautiful gold painted waistband that he has. I wish these emblems on his chest were painted in the same gold, and also the emblem on his back would have been painted. That would have been sick if he just has the black circle and then these lines painted gold. Now the previous release was black and gold, and the logos were painted gold, but here this is just straight black. I mean, that still looks cool, but it just would have added that much more to this figure if they would have just painted that. Now getting to his hands, you can see there's some unpainted detail on the wraps, right? You see the wraps are sculpted in there, but they're not painted white. I wish they would have painted that as well. I mean he's lacking a ton of articulation. You could add some paint applications, guys. Now where they did not paint the straps on the hands, they did paint his wraps and straps and all that stuff on the feet, which are great. You can see that the white, you see how much difference it makes. It just makes it look that much cooler when you add that extra paint application. If you had the white wraps painted up on his hands, that would look so much better, right? But it looks great on the feet, because you've seen Splinter figures where they just totally disregarded the lower part of his body, and they think this cloak is covering his feet, and it just looks horrible. But nope, not this guy. Alright, I'm going to touch on the paint applications and the sculpt work of this Master Splinter figure. Now if you guys know, this is the exact same sculpt as the previous movie figure. So nothing new there. Plus, I cannot stand what that thing is on top of his head. It's supposed to be a top knot, but it definitely does not look like a top knot, and it's just ruining my Master Splinter character for me. Michael Bay, why do you do these things to us? Anyways, going down to the face, you can see that the fur is sculpted well enough, and I love the little bumps and everything. So, you know, again, it's the same exact mold as the previous Splinter. His kimono is just, you know, straight kimono, nicely sculpted. The hands are sculpted, nice detail there. And his feet and toes and the wraps around his feet are sculpted very well. And he got his tail, which is sculpted nicely too. But, you know, not much. I don't want to get too much into the sculpt. There's not much to talk about. But his paint applications are much different than the previous. If you remember the previous release, he had that dark gray, yucky looking fur tone or flesh tone. Here, this is a lighter brown looking Master Splinter. You can see the light brown fur. And originally I thought, you know, looking at the package, it looked almost pink, but it's such a light brown. And thankfully, Playmates added that pink color inside of his ear to help my color blindness, because this way it differentiates what's pink and what's brown. So you have the pink ears and you have the light brown fur, in which I think the light brown is a much better look than that pale zombie looking Master Splinter from the previous movie. Now we have here his whiskers. His little Splinter mustache is painted black, but it's better than the black that they used in the previous movie figure. I mean, they didn't even use black. It was just straight up gray whiskers going down. It just looks so weird. And they also painted his eyes a deep black, which is great, because if you've ever seen a mouse or a rat up close, they have those round black eyes. So this makes him look that much more realistic. Alright, let's run down the articulation of Master Splinter here. You can see he has head nodding action, can actually go 360 degrees, but why would you do that? You don't want to kill Master Splinter. We have shoulder hinge and a shoulder rotation. And we just have a rotation at the elbow, no hinge there, and we have a rotation at the wrist. So very limited articulation, nothing at the waist here. Now, I'm going to raise this up so you guys can see. I'm sorry, Master Splinter. This is for educational purposes. He's using the standard hip joint that the basic action figures have been using, if you can see there. And it's pretty cool that they actually sculpted the fur on his leg. So even though he's covered by this gigantic kimono piece, they actually took the time to sculpt Master Splinter's skinny but furry leg. So that's pretty cool. But he has a hinge and a swivel at the hip. But unfortunately, because of this gigantic kimono piece, you're not going to see much of that articulation in effect. Now turning it to the back, again, Splinter, I'm sorry, educational purposes. Let me try not to rip this kimono. Take it all the way up. Alright. Now, he has a little swivel at his tail. So a little added point of articulation there. You can see that how it goes left to right, like a pendulum. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's hard to see. You can't really see the joint. It's way up in there. Sorry, Splinter. But you can see this is a very, you can move it, but just be careful when playing around with this plastic kimono here. But, you know, even though I can, you know, took a little force to flex that kimono, you do not want to damage it, but you're really not going to get much in the terms of dynamic posing with this Master Splinter, which is unfortunate because he is the mentor and teacher of the Ninja Turtles. Thank you so much for checking out my video review of the TMNT Out of the Shadows Master Splinter. Now, this is the same sculpt as before, updated paint applications for the new look, how he's going to be shown in the movie. So he's pretty much going to be a peg warmer, but, you know, I'm a completionist, as are most of you guys. And this is just a fun line to collect. As you see, every video I'm updating, adding a new character here into the mix, into this all-out war. Shredder and Splinter are finally going to get their hands on each other. But, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Make sure you subscribe. I got a ton more TMNT videos. I got a ton more action figure reviews coming your way, so you don't want to miss out. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.